Hi student, good morning to all. Hi student, good morning to all. And this is a video for class 12 computer science. And in this video, now we are going to discuss about the new chapter, chapter number 6, recursive function in Python. And this is for your part 1 video. What is this recursion? And what is recursion? First, I will remind that what is function. So what is function? The user going to be create our own function from the main program. We can call the subprogram. So the statement we are going to write in the subprogram, how we can create the function with the help of keyword TEF. Correct? Remember that? Correct. So in that function, we are using the another concept name is called as recursion. So what is it? Now we will see that. So a function that calls itself is known as recursive function. That means a function definition and function call inside a function definition again we will call the same definition that we called as recursion. A function calling itself calling function. And what is the advantage of recursion? Recursion makes the program elegant and cleaner. And then what is the disadvantages will be there? And if you are using this concept, it will take more memory space. When it will take the more memory space, it gets some slow for the execution time. So if takes some slow for the execution time means the user get the result somewhat lately. So this is the disadvantage for the recursions. I show you that example. See here, and then TEF. What is that? This is the keyword for creating a function. Same like that. In that function, we are using the concept for recursive. Remaining thing, everything's are same. Okay, so don't confuse them. So here I'm using the keyword name is TEF, and this is my function name a, and then I open that. Here I'm not pass any parameter, and then I open the function. Here I'm going to call the another function name is b. So inside I'm going to call that function name b, and this is for the another function. So this is not a recursive. And then see the another example, def a, and then def. What is that function definition? What is the function name? A, and then without parameter I'm going to create the function and open that. And then now inside a function again I call the function. So how I call the same name here I'm using that. So now the function a is called itself from its own function body. From the own function body it again called with the same name. It's if we are using, that is the meaning of recursive. Okay, so it's a recursive function. Now a function is said to be recursive function if it calls itself. So itself it's called means that is called as recursive function. Can you understand now? Normal function, normal function means inside we are called it some other function name. A recursive function means inside itself called the same function name call itself, that is called as recursive. And then we have to use, we are here important things is one for the base case, another one for the recursive case. What is base case and what is recursive case means a function calling itself. Correct? So every time if the function calls itself automatically, it will be going to the infinitive recursive. Correct? See here, in this example, here I'm going to call the function a. Inside again I'm going to call the function a. Again control pass to here, and then statement will be execute. Again I call the function a. So it will be going the infinitive. Correct? So we want to complete the topic. We want to finish the topic. That means no end. correct? So every recursive function should terminate after some finite recursive calls. For that purpose, for the terminations, we will write some base case. We will write some base case. So what is the use of the base case? We want to terminate the recursive case. That's why we are using the base case. Okay. We alone using the recursive case, that is for the infinitive. So we want to finish that. That's why we are using for the base case. So for terminating from the recursive, after finite number of steps, every recursive function should be terminated. That means it should stop the recursive calls. Correct? Come to the recursive case. Here we will keep on calling the function itself. If we write on example, we will get clarified it. And then there are two types of recursion, and one for the direct and another one for the indirect. So what is direct recursion? And if the function calls itself directly from in the function body. From the function body it will be called directly, means that is the meaning of direct recursion. And what is indirect recursion? If the function call another function, from the another function if we are calling, and then that function is called as indirect recursion. See here, and then I show the example direct recursion, and then here I am going to call the recur and my function name. Inside again I call, again move to the function, start function. So directly I'm going to call inside the function. That is the meaning of direct recursion. So what is indirect recursion means? See here, I'm going to create the one function name def a, and inside I call another function name. So how will be executed? The a statement will be executed, and then now here I'm going to call the b. So when it will be called the b, again the control pass to here. Correct? So here now b function will be executed, and then it moved to the next statement. From the b function again I call the a. Okay, so this is called as indirect recursion. And then, so what is runtime error means? Say here different function 1, it will be executed. Here I'm going to print hello function 2, and then here I'm going to call the function 2. So now the control pass to here. Correct? So again it will be printed the hello function 1, and then function 1 again it called. Now the control move to here. So if we are execute, we show the error maximum recursion depth exceed. So it will be execute the number of times. So in this time we use these two requirements that fulfill the sensible recursive code. So in that time only we are using the base case. So here it is infinity, no? So it must have the case whose result is known as computed without any recursive calling the base case. So with the help of base case we can finish it. So it also have recursive case whereby the function calls itself. And see here I written one example program, recursive function that compute the sum of n numbers, n value user going to be give. Okay, first line def compute num. The execution start here? No. Where the execution will be start here? Correct. From the main program. Where the main program start? Here. Correct. So what is the first line of the main program? Last equal to 4. What is last? Last means that is my variable name. So what is the value of last? 4. And what is the second statement? Sum equal to compute last. So here I am going to call the function. So what is my function name? Compute. So when the compiler read the compute, immediately the control passed here. So now it moved to the function with the value. What is the value? 4. And then now it will be work here. And then def, this is the keyword, and my function name is compute num. What is the num value now? 4. Why it is 4? the last value is 4. So now the num value is 4. So what is the parameter value we are passed to the main program? The same value now it will come to the function definition also, correct? So now here I'm going to check the condition. If num equal to 1, return 1. So what is the num value? 4. And then 4 equal to 1. The answer is correct. If the condition is true, no. So if the condition is false, it move to the else part. And then in that else part, I use in the return statement, return num plus compute n minus 1. So what is the num value? 4 plus what is the compute? 4 num minus 1. So inside also again I call the compute function. So if it is called inside again, it calling itself, it is called as recursive. So again the statement will be called, correct? So it will be execute the number of time. And then what is the output? The sum of the series 1 to 4 is 10. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, correct? And then the how it will be printed after the execution, the base case will be stopped there. The sum of series from 1 last and then is, that means 1 to n, that 1 to 4 is 10. Okay, how recursive works? And if executing a program, the computer create what is called the function stack. While execute the program, immediately the function going to be create what is that? Stack. What is stack? I show you. This is the stack. See here, the same program only I written here. And then first execution, line 8, which is line 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and this is my line 8th line, correct? Sum equal to compute last. Here I am going to first step execute, and then first stack it will be created, and then here each stack it will be created one time executed, one stack will be created, correct? So first time line 8 will be created, sum equal to compute 4. So compute 4 again. What is the second step? And it moved to the function. So function what I written here, fifth line, which is fifth line, 1 2 3 4 5, because if statement will be wrong, so it will be executed only for the else block, correct? So how the else block will be executed? Return num plus compute n minus 1, that means number minus 1. So here I call the control passed here, and this is second step, correct? So compute 4, num equal to 4, return 4 plus compute num minus 3, that means 4 minus 1, 3, and this is the second step. What is the third step? And then again it will be called, correct? So in this time, now num equal to 3, return 3 plus compute 2. So now it will be add, and then again we are calling the number 5 only, because this is again and again call, no, that is recursive function calling itself. So when the compiler getting false, so that much of time the line 5 only it will be executed. Now the return 2 will be executed, compute 2 plus 1, and then now 3, again I call that, and then now last value is return 1. See here, and then this is ninth step, step 6. Here I'm moving there, and then that is return 3, and then here return 6, here return 10, and the last value return 10 will be executed. How the program will be executed? Now the program end and this frame is also removed from the stack, and the stack becomes empty. So when the stack is empty, so it will be stop the execution. Here stack is empty, so up to here only it will be executed, and the ninth step the stack will be empty, so it will stop the execution. How it be executed? So now compute 4 means first time 4 plus compute 3, and then second time 4 plus 3 plus 2, and the next one 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So like that it will be move, and then it will be add like this. So finally 4 plus 6, and then my result is 10. Can you understand this? And then with the help of we are using the base class, we stop this execution, and this is the way to the recursive function will be work. And then here I written the another one example program, factorial using the recursive. So how the factorial will be executed? Suppose 4 factorial I want to find, it means 4 star 3 star 2 star 1 star equal to the answer. correct? So 4 star factorial of 3 equal to answer, and then second time again we are calling 4 star 3 star 2, again we are calling 4 star 3 star 2 star 1, again we are calling 4 3 2 1, and that means 1 won't be considered there. So again 4 3 2 1, so 3 into 2 6, then 6 star 4 equal to 24. The particular statement want to execute more times. See here I written this statement int factorial int n, and then int result of, here we are checking the condition, if greater than 1 means result 1, and then in that inside statement again I call the factorial, and this is a function recursive, and then this is the example program. So factorial 4, this is the main program, start the value, and then the control pass to now function. Then my function name, instead of function here I'm written the functions, what we have to use this TEF we are using that, and then my function name is factorial. What is the n now? 4, and then let x equal to n. I'm going to pass the value to x, and here I written the for loop, and then the statement will be executed, again I call that, and then finally I'm going to return the value, and then the program will be start. And then this is the way to write this factorial program, and then remaining program we will see in the next class. And thank you dear, be safe in the home, and then remaining we will see in the next class. Bye.